Edmond hit a milestone this year, passing the 100,000 population mark, making it the third city in the metro to move into six digits. Norman and, of course, OKC, the other two. And everywhere you look in Edmond, from road construction to new parks, new amenities, new schools, new restaurants, new bars, even a new water treatment center, and yes, higher water bills. Everywhere you look, there is evidence of the city's growth. Edmond Mayor Mark Nash joining us here on a panel along with Mike Knopp, the founder of Riversport OKC. He's going to tell us about this awesome event that they have coming up here pretty soon in Edmond. But thank you, gentlemen, for being here. We appreciate it. It's no small thing passing 100,000.
No, it's not. It's a major feat, and we've been talking about it as we've been coming up to that milestone.
Right.
And now that it's here, we've got to make sure that we can continue to handle our responsibilities as a city, and that we can continue to grow at a reasonable rate.
All right. When you say a reasonable rate, because I think it is a lot of times, just listening to your city council meetings and the way that you speak about this, you're really trying to find a Goldilocks zone, aren't you? Where you're trying to keep Edmond, whatever that is, but also progress at the same time?
Yeah, we are. It's about controlled growth. If we just open the gates and say, home builders, do what you want, we're going to be in trouble because we can't keep up with public safety. We can't keep up with road construction. We can't get the water treatment plant ahead of the growth. So what we've said is we're going to step back, slow it down a little bit, and make sure that the retail growth, the economic development can help us grow the revenues so that we can do what we need to do to keep this on track.
Well, right before we got on air, I was telling you, I drove through Danforth and Kelly. I think the day the road construction opened up and the intersection was back open again, and that felt nice because I know that was a big thing in the city.
Yeah,
If you live in Edmond, you know what I'm talking about.
That's right. There are so many people that are thrilled that intersection's open again. Yeah. And now it's, okay, what's next?
What's the biggest challenge when it comes to handling a city that is growing like Edmond is, and a sizable city at that?
It's being able to pay for the city services to stay ahead of that growth. If you don't have the revenue, you're going to get behind, and that means road construction fails. And we've been behind the eight ball on road construction for over a decade. And so as we look at it today, it's let's clean up the finances of the city so that we can tell exactly how much money we have so we can focus on roads and economic development.
Well, I want to talk more about economic development, some of the other things that you're excited about in Edmond. But Mike, let's bring you into this because one thing that is happening later this month, I believe the 28th and 29th of August, is this Route 66 Beach Festival. Yeah. And you, the paddle sport guru, the guy here in the metro that we turn to, you guys are a real big part of this with some really fun things going on.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. You know, through the past 20 years, we've always tried to bring new ideas to these very traditional Olympic sports. Innovated with rowing, first night racing events ever in the history. And in some ways I found this opportunity because this beach sprint is going to be a new Olympic sport for LA 28.
All right, let's stop right there. You're saying there is a new Olympic sport that's coming out in 2 years. It's going to be in Los Angeles. It won't be competed here in Long Beach. But we're going to be previewing that at Arcadia Lake?
We are going to be previewing that. We wanted to be in front on this. And we'll be the first major festival that showcases this event. And a lot of people are thinking, Oklahoma, a beach festival? And I thought, well, why not? It's like we built a whitewater facility that landed us, ultimately a world championships, which we had last week. And now the Olympics coming up. And so to me, it made logical sense. It's on Route 66, which is the road to LA. So there's a connection there. We've got the Centennial, of course. Yeah. And we have America 250. And this happens to be a 250-meter event. So
no kidding.
Yeah. So
walk us through, because I like to think that I keep my finger on the pulse of Olympic sports and all that stuff. I'd never heard of beach sprints. Yeah. I don't have video to show our viewers. So can you paint a picture for us?
Well, it is a very fast-paced, fun event. If you saw last week, we had kayak cross as part of the world. That's also a newer Olympic discipline.
I watched it live in person with my kids.
Meant to really kind of add a new exciting element to the Olympics, and this is what beach sprints is. It's a rowing discipline. Rowing hasn't changed in over 100 years. I mean, it's like one of the most traditional sports. You go from going in a straight line to starting on the beach, running through the sand, jumping in a boat, rowing through the waves, going around buoys, doing a hairpin turn, rowing back, jumping back out of the boat, sprinting to the finish line, and diving into a button that you have to hit. So, and you're doing this side by side with another competitor. So we're like, it's super fun to watch.
Is this team-based? Is it 1v1?
It's 1v1, or it's 2x2. There's doubles. So they have actually mixed doubles, and we'll be doing both at the end of August. We're also innovating, and we're going to add what we call Le Mans style dragon boating, which has never been done, and that's like taking the dragon boat. So we have a much easier access point for people who want to try this. They run through the sand, jump in the dragon boat, and go. And so we're doing a lot of fun and unique things. And the greatest thing about it is the mayor knows is that we can open that anybody can do this. Anyone can try it. We're going to have a clinic. In fact, we just had one yesterday, and we're going to continue to do this to where we can get people on the water trying this. These are more stable big boats because they're meant to go through the ocean.
And this is super fun. And you were telling me, because you mentioned these competitors in beach sprint have to paddle through the waves.
Yeah.
Arcadia Lake isn't necessarily known for its surf conditions.
It's funny, the past 20 years I've been trying to do everything I can to create a venue in downtown Oklahoma City to try to have calmer water with the protected water and all.
Right.
We've really emphasized that because of our Oklahoma wind. And now we're like, bring it on. Let's have as many big waves as we can. So we've partnered with Wilson Water Sports, and we're going to bring out the big wake surf boats and create a wake for these athletes to compete in. But also just the other fun thing is you can come down with your family and be able to experience a lake with some waves and be able to just hang out in the water while watching the race and listening to the music. We're going to have like a beach party, essentially, is what we're doing.
And this is a free festival, as I understand it. There's like a $10 parking fee to go out there to Arcadia Lake. But really, this is a chance to get out with your families. And if it's a hot day, you'll be near the water.
You'll
and
be
a chance to
even in the water.
That.
And we're going to have the classic beach sounds. We actually the people that invented the surf sound, the Jan and Dean Beach Party, will be playing on Saturday. We're going to have a lot of other live music.
This is very Route 66.
Very Route, yeah.
Mayor, how has that played in this year? Because Edmond, I know they're really trying to boost the people that come through. Downtown's looking great. What is the Route 66 Centennial doing?
It has been amazing, the number of people that have come through Edmond on their Route 66 pilgrimage, if you will. This past week, we installed a new commemorative marker in Fink Park right there on Route 66 across from University of Central Oklahoma. State of Oklahoma did grant money for 42 of these throughout the route from Miami all the way out to the Texas border. And we see people coming into town, they're stopping, they're taking pictures. They venture into downtown so they can get pictures with the murals, and then they wind up eating, spending a little money in our city. Of course, they have to stop at the Blue Hippo there on Broadway and get a picture there. It's been interesting to see how many people from not just from Oklahoma or from around the U.S., but we're talking, there's a lot of Europeans that have been coming through.
Can you give me the latest on what we're going to see with the Uncommon Grounds Park? Where are we in that project now?
The park is scheduled to open in November of 2027.
Okay.
We're going to have a preview in November of this year for selected people, donors, I believe, is what the target is, to actually go up in the Eagle's Nest, which is an observation tower on the north side of the park, to be able to look out and see what's going on around.
How do you see that park kind of fitting in with what you guys are trying to do in Edmond?
Oh, if you think about what has happened in Tulsa with the Gathering Place, and then you look at what we're doing, because it's not just going to have playgrounds, it's not just going to have a dog park, it's going to have a venue, bandstand, couple of restaurants. On the south side of it, there'll be at least 3 restaurants that'll be on 2nd Street. It becomes that outdoor art museum. Only, guess what? You can walk it. You can spend time in the park. We're planning on having all kinds of different events in there. It becomes an integral part of not just the city, but of that Route 66 journey.
Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you being here. It sounds like a great event coming again later this month, the 28th and 29th out at Arcadia Lake. Mayor Mark Nash, Mike Knopp, thanks so much for being with us here on Oklahoma Chronicle. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.